In this world, I think quality makes a difference.
You feel that they're really well-designed costumes.
For me, this one is going to beat all the others.
In this series, Sensation and KLM will show you what is needed to become the world's leading dance event. This episode, we will focus on the design of the costumes, makeup and hair. Welcome to the road to sensation.
Welcome
to the Pleasuredome. The dancers and the costumes they're wearing play a major part in the shows of Sensation. For Welcome to the Pleasuredome, Sensation sought collaboration with Maarten Spruit. This art director and stylist has his roots in the fashion world. He was also a curator for many important museums. For him, working on a huge event like this is a whole new experience.
I normally do shows, and then it's really all about the costumes now that goes in the bigger picture of the whole stage and the DJs and the enormous decor, of course. The airworks pin-ups that are in the show with this 40-meter high pin-up shape, that was really inspiration because this feminine shape, it's very nice to also use in the outfit for the dancers. I was thinking immediately of this kind of corset feel. It's very nice to have the tiny waist and to have the hips, and again to emphasize the femininity. When you start looking, you know, everywhere is this emphasized hips. So it was quite clear for us to use that as a starting point.
The Amsterdam Arena is a huge venue where the audience is not always close to the stage.
Of course, to do something now in the arena for 40,000 people has a whole other viewpoint. Although you know you have to enlarge it for far away, it also has to look good when you see it up close. You feel that they're really well-designed costumes. It's very rich in the detail, and it's also good because the show is touring, so it has to be well-made. It's not only for one-night event.
For Sensation's costume designer of many years, Balthazar Prinsen, it's his first time working with Maarten on a show like this.
The secret of Maarten Spruit is that he wants to make things look rich, because of the amazing amount of detailing and combinations of materials. It's a fine line between cheap and rich sometimes, so you have to look for that. Sensation deserves stylish seduction. This level of quality hasn't been achieved before in a show. I think it will be the best show for Sensation so far. It will be really impressive, yeah.
We're still working as we speak now, of course, on all the different hair and makeup looks and to see what's possible also with the changes of the costumes, so that's quite complicated.
To give the dancers that typical burlesque look, the design team also consists of a hair and makeup artist.
What is typical for burlesque makeup is most time it's like an eyeliner, eyelashes. It's very feminine. And then of course the lips are very important here. We gave them a kind of a red lip. My makeup had to be kind of burlesque, but not like a copy. I want expression in the faces, but I also want them to look warm and soft. I still wanted it to be fashion. It has to be a little bit of a twist. It has to have a little edge. I want to give them all one look, so 12 girls with all different hair. You need to work with wigs.
Besides looking good, the costumes also have to be practical for performing.
Of course, you cannot put dancers in a corset where they can't breathe, so we sort the other way around. Like we keep a kind of average dancer size, and then we add hips to it, and we add breast to it. And you have the impression you see much more than the girls are actually showing. Of course, now it was more difficult that you run into practical details, that it has to be washable and have to be taken off. And I mean, it's a show that's gonna tour. For me, being asked as an art director on the costumes, it's very important that us as a whole team, that we get the same feeling in creating all these different looks. We kind of all decided together how it should look like in the end.
Every year more and more is possible. Special effects, things coming out of the air, moving lights. But this time we have again more dancers, and I really like that human aspect in the show. For me, this one is going to beat all the others.
Stay tuned for more episodes of The Road to Sensation.